Oh, I cannot wait for the Novocaine to wear off. Well, hello, Glue Troopers. Max and Max's Models here. So once I was finished up at the dentist and my family function and could feel my face again, I came back to the house. I was in the office watching YouTube videos and got the itch to build another model. So I thought I'd grab something simple. I got that old Pyro Deperdussin. It's they say it's the 1911 Deperdussin. Although, to be honest, 1910, 1911, 1912, they all look about the same. Of this model, they actually made about four different models. And this one I don't think is the racing plane, but it could be. It looks like the 1910 racing plane, but it's hard to, I mean, they were all very similar as evolutionary. So, but I really have to give credit to Impact because they made the original kit. Pyro apparently got the molds from them. I got the kit out of the box and looked at the instruction sheet. It's an exploded diagram, a little confusing, but it does have good text instructions, tells you what order to pre-paint things in and to assemble them in. So actually not a problem at all. And on the back they have a really good rigging diagram, which I was very impressed to see. And although it's an old airplane, it doesn't actually have that much rigging. So I started going over the runner trees, and again, straightforward stuff. You have the some of the tail feathers and wheels on one sprue. You got the wings were loose, and so were the fuselage halves. Uh, Somebody had started the engine by mounting it to the frame, but that was all that was done. The other wing, the other tail, the prop, and the belly section top of the engine cover were on another sprue. And actually not that complicated a kit despite the way it looks. So I read the instruction sheet and started working on it. And the fuselage halves fit perfectly with no problem. Used a little quick setting glue. And it's like, man, if the rest of the kits like this are going to be in good shape. You put the underbelly on it next. And of course, then comes the fun part. You put the mount on top that the wings are going to go on. And there are two little pins and notches to help you line them up. This you got to kind of clamp down and give it a while to harden because there's not a lot holding it on there. That's not a design flaw of the model. It's just the way the airplane is. But once it hardened, I got to work on the landing gear. Now, this was a little tricky. You have the two pre-made side pieces, which are triangular with the curves, and then you got the axle that goes through, and it has stops on it, so it stops in the right place. It's this rear part, this rear crossbar that was a little tricky. But eventually I got it in there. Once it hardened, I went onto the airplane without any real trouble and got the wheels on it. One little technical detail, you'll notice this appears to have solid wheels, whereas the box art shows it has just spokes. Impact originally had handled this by making the wheels clear, so you could just paint the tires and maybe mark the spokes. But Pyro went ahead and just made them solid wheels. I think it was just a shortcut taken by Pyro, but that's really my only complaint, other than the decal disintegrating. But it was 56 years old, so I can't really complain about that. I didn't put any protective coating over it because it looked good and it wasn't. But that's just a decal that goes on the stand, no biggie. And I'm like, and like I realized, man, we're mostly done. Of course, I haven't painted it yet, and it does say you're supposed to pre-paint some stuff, but everything's pretty well exposed. Got that crossbar over the cockpit, like the upside down U that puts the steering wheel on it, which it was the forerunner of the yoke. And I think the Deperdussins were the first ones to have that. And in fact, some people, old timer pilots, call the control yoke in an airplane the Deperdussin. Last thing to go on was the top A-frames, which are used for rigging. Of course, haven't rigged it yet. I got to paint it first. But got the model put together. And by the way, this also comes with a stand. It has a 4-piece pilot figure, a top, body, head, and upper torso is one part, the bottom torso and legs the other, and then 2 independent arms. And I've got to tell you, I don't know the last time I built a Pyro kit, probably since I was a kid, so I went into this without any opinion. And I have got to tell you, this is a stellar little kit. The parts are clean. There was no flash on it. Everything fit perfectly. I did not have to use the X-Acto knife for anything. I used a little bit of sanding just to get some of the injection gates off the leading edge of the wing. I am genuinely impressed with this little kit. I might have to get some more Pyro kits and see if the rest of them are this good. I do have a Pyro Derringer that someone gave me, but they'd already built it, but I do know it works like a real one, and it's very high-grade styrene, as was this airplane. And I think it's an excellent kit. So, Pyro is one of those companies you don't think about that much, but it really did make some interesting stuff. And by the way, the pilot figure's excellent. I think it's really, really well molded. Impact made the original kit in 1966, but when they went out of business, I believe they sold all the molds to Pyro, who put it in production in 1970. Well, that's all the news that is the news on this kit so far. I don't know when I'll get around to painting it. Got a lot keeping me busy. This was just a little night build. I don't think it took me an hour to put this thing together, and that was while watching YouTube videos and waiting for paint to dry. So I am genuinely impressed with it. I like this very much. Those folks at Impact took some pride in their work, and Pyro did them justice with his beautiful reproduction of it. The only downside, if you want to call it that, is it had one decal that went on the stand that said Deperdussin, and it disintegrated. I didn't cover it with any protective stuff because it looked like it was in good shape. I don't know what I was thinking. It's a 55-year-old decal, and it disintegrated, but I'm not going to complain about that. I did get a kit from a glue trooper of the Felucca Barbary pirate ship, which I believe was originally Pyro, but it might have been a lifelike repop of it. I'm not sure, but I still have it. It's still on the shelf as we speak. And it's a pretty high quality little kit. I had no complaints with it. So have any of you guys built Pyro kits, and what's your opinion of them? I seem to remember building one when I was about 12 as a sailing ship. It was a glue bomb. Of course, that did not stop me from putting it on the shelf. It looked good from 10 feet away, or 15. But you know what? I don't have much of a recollection of it other than the mess I made out of it. It seems like it was a multicolored kit. But I think the parts were actually pretty high quality. So tell me what you think of Pyro kits. Oh, by the way, I'm including an updated build schedule for the group builds in the description below. That's what I have for now, guys. You take care of yourselves. Talk to you later. And as always, model on.